If you looked at the Forbes 500, the first one they ever did, that's the rich person list. They did the first one they did in, I think, 1982. If you looked at that, what you would find is the majority of people on the list inherited their money, okay? The rest of the people on the list made it through physical things, real estate, oil, steel, etc. Obviously, we're not burying the lead because everyone knows who's on that list today. And they are all symbol manipulators. So I've been using that term for a long time because it's what I am, right? I don't make anything with my hands. It's all thought, right? And Bill Gates doesn't make anything. He figured out a way to turn his thoughts into billions and billions of dollars. Because once the thought is on the software, whatever, make one, ship 1 million, ship 10 million, ship 100 million, doesn't matter. The unit cost of all the other ones is zero. So as we shift it into this digital world, and I kind of mark maybe 2014 thereabouts, I started to really notice it. And so I started talking about it then, but not a lot, because a lot of people look at me like, are you barking mad, mate? I mean, what's going on with you? COVID happened. And trends that might have taken maybe as long as a decade got collapsed into a year. No disrespect to Skype, but Zoom comes in and eats Skype's lunch. And I found out why that was, by the way. They did it because Skype isn't meant for multiple participants. It's great for what we're doing. Fantastic. I use Skype all the time to talk to friends all over the world. Zoom is designed to have multiple participants, and the whole experience was designed keeping in mind that that this is not a phone call, right? So mindset meant a lot. But the point is ideas about geography. So I just hired a new colleague, and he's in Bangalore, India. So let me tell you how he is a fantastic example of the trend to digital and what that means. So number one, his opportunity set over the last year exploded open. He was no longer having to look for jobs in his geography. He could look for jobs anywhere in the world. The prejudice against letting people do that evaporated, right? Because of COVID. And so all of a sudden, time, space, geography collapsed. Number two, I didn't look at his CV. His CV was Twitter, and I watched him for 9 months. So you go from an accreditation, an imperator from some very high and mighty institution, but all that piece of paper, a diploma, all that says is, Jim, this suggests that Jim might be good at this. My kids went to really great schools. My daughter went to Yale. My other two went to Notre Dame. I mean, these are really great degrees in the US, and they're all very talented, luckily, but they were talking about grade inflation, especially at places like the Ivies. Everyone gets A's. Well, okay. That means no one gets A's. The game people started playing was, I just got to get in. I got to get that stamp that from the Ivy, and I'm gold. In the old days, that was true. Nowadays, your resume or your CV, you show it every day on social media, in blogs and podcasts and everything, and it grows. If you were a Bitcoin aficionado, you'd say proof of work. So Batzel, who I hired, he had a long history of proof of work, that he was clever, that he was able with technology, all of those things I got to see before even getting on the first Zoom with him.